Please contribute, because if you don't, we won't be able to stay on the air, and you won't hear Dan McTeague talk about what he's going to talk about now, which is we're talking about Trump, the threat of tariffs, and some people are saying that it could be a very positive thing for Canada. For instance, the supply side economics. Most people don't know about that, but I mean, our dairy, egg, all those industries are making really, really rich farmers, and they are hurting the consumer because they keep prices up. And if we have to work with tariffs, people are saying, well, we aren't going to keep that economics anymore. And the Canadian governments can't do anything about it because of the votes. What do you say to that?
Well, I think the imperative will be put to them. I mean, 80-90% of all your trade is done with the United States. It's pretty important that they be on the same side you're on, or at least you're on the same side they're on. I don't suspect that the Americans are going to go crazy, but I do believe that they will show a better way for Canadians, and that's not just because of Trump's policy. I think the whole idea of policy of the past 10 years of spending a lot of money for frivolities, things like the IRA, and I'm not talking about the Republican Army in Ireland, but in fact the Inflation Reduction Act created a massive deficit and debt situation. We know of services in the United States, which is extraordinarily, they've expanded the size of government, as they have here in Canada. I think the dichotomy has changed. I think whether it is Trump or whether there's a new government in Canada, which can't happen soon enough, is about to right the ship, as it were, and get it out of this sort of meandering of spending money we don't have, of saddling the economy with bureaucrats we don't need, and at the same time leaving the country down this road of a new type of technology and a new type of world that the world isn't prepared to embrace. We're a resource-based economy, and we should be backing our best.
Okay, let's just talk about that, because we still have generations in Canada who are told, oh, we got to fight climate change, we should fight pollution, everybody agrees to that. But, and now there are scientists, many of them, thousands of them, who are saying the climate's going to change. Yeah. And it's a hubris, it's a conceit to think that mankind is going to change this. Our government still believes that, but I mean, we're turning down billions of dollars in jobs for Canadians with not, allowing the export of natural gas.
Yeah, I think we have hit an inflection point where we realize that a $50 billion deficit brings us back to the days of the 1980s and the mid-1990s, when the governments were truly getting to the point where they were broke or subject to the possibility of the International Monetary Fund running our economic show for us. I think Canadians are fed up with the idea that they can't make ends meet, even though they have good jobs. Many of them are trying to struggle to make ends meet. And they realize that the way we've gone about it the past few years, however the narrative has been, woke or otherwise, it hasn't worked. Let's get back to basics.
But the Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, is saying it's only in our minds. Yeah. She's saying, you know what, our economy is in great shape. I talk to people in the grocery store and they say, no.
No, it isn't. And I think it's hubris, but it's also conceded for the government to take the position that nothing is wrong when everything is wrong, and you've created it. I think it's very clear that we have a golden opportunity to know that governments do matter, and when you get the wrong one, you get bad results.
Make the right decision. Dan McTeague, thanks very much. 3 minutes. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act, once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.